Oh, so bright.
You
Run.
cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods.
Freedom from
I
who?
do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
Okay. Huh.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but
Oh my God, we're
I
all
understood
here?
it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
Not mine. No.
They're not gods at all, much less my gods.
I'm with Rook.
All right. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon.
Wolf statues being everywhere doesn't necessarily mean that they were close, though, because there are wolf statues literally everywhere, all over the game. All of the games. But it's that they, like, one on, like, kind of thing. And then, how come... Does Harding not know about Flemeth? Like, more like a genuine question. Like, I'm not saying this is a retcon or somebody effed up the lore, anything like that. I'm, like, genuinely wondering. Like, because as much as I love DAI Harding was still just, like, not just, but just a scout kind of thing. So I don't know what Harding was actually privy to. So I am kind of curious if Harding was privy to that. And also if that's something that the rest of the team will get to learn later.
And over him, a betrayal.
No wonder he was angry.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did.
Yep.
Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dreadwolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
I think it's interesting how simplistic we're thinking right now. Oh, another achievement. Like him doing what he did wouldn't have just been because, like, he disagrees. Like, literally, I think the interesting thing right now is that in Trespasser, we had them showing Solus erasing the Valis from everybody's face as part of the rebellion, freeing them from what was essentially their slave masters, right? So it's interesting that we're not seeing that connection. And, like, it almost seems like we're jumping the gun on the timeline, at least from what I understand the lore to be. And it's interesting that Mythal is part of this because, like, Mythal is dead. And like, so spoilers for everything else, but Mythal was killed by the other Evanuris because of whatever reason, right? As Solus says at the end of Trespasser, she was the best of us, and they killed her. So that is supposed to be why, in part, he started his rebellion. So here to say that he's starting his rebellion because of Elganarn and Mythal is weird. Unless, of course, like, this could all kind of make more sense later, and like we're trying to piece things together now. But I don't know. I find that to be interesting that that's where we're going with it. And it doesn't, where's the Valis come in? When do we start learning about those markings and how they aren't really to honor your gods at all? Like, when does that, like, I hope among everything that does come into play, because that is such, something that hits hard. And I think that it's an important fact. And I think it shapes the old gods in a variety of ways. So I do sincerely hope that is something that we get down the road. Do I have any other Solus memories? I don't think so. The statues are very pretty, though. No. Okay. I think that there was one more. Isn't there like another one downstairs? Right here. I do have this. Let's see what this one is. Oh god, bright again.
I was not certain you would come.
You were the one who walked away. I never turn my back when my friend needs me.
The Evanuris seek the magic of the Blight.
Impossible. The Blight is safely sealed away forever.
Though I wish I could believe you, I have sensed the breaking of the wards.
I will investigate your claims. If they forget the danger of the Blight, I will endeavor to remind them.
What if, instead, you left the Evanuris and remained with me? Do you not wish for freedom from this struggle?
Be at peace, love. I will stop them.
Love?
As you must.
He was in love with her?
The Blight is our mistake.
What? The Blight was what? He was in love with Mythal, and the Blight was their mistake? Where did the Blight come from then, Solus? No.
Did Mythal call Solus love?
Thank goodness I'm not the only one that picked up on that.
That's what it sounded like.
So they were doing it.
The elven gods were free with their emotions. They felt things deeply. The way they expressed things, well, it feels romantic to us, but that wasn't really how it was. Back then, I mean.
How do we know?
Nah, they were doing it.
I mean, obviously they were. Like, now this 100% confirms it. Like, I can't believe I'm saying, I'm with Tash on this one.
Oh, they were absolutely doing it.
Being with someone you're rebelling against doesn't sound like Solus.
He also...
Because he wasn't rebelling, like, he should never have been rebelling against Mythal. Mythal dead, right? Like, this is where I, little bit not understanding. Because he, trespasser. Like, didn't he say, like, they killed the best of us, and that was her, and then... Now that I think about it, though, his lines about Mythal now very interesting. So what is like? I'm just in part now. It almost makes you wonder if if he falls in love with like Lavellen, does he turn away from her not because like he can't do it and stuff like that, but because he feels like he's cheating on Mythal? I'm just gonna put that out there, okay?
met her in secret and talked about how they could run off together.
It sounded so tragic and romantic.
Oh, wait. Never mind. That does sound like him.
So the Dreadwolf goes to Mythal. They might be fighting, but they have history.
And he warns her about the other gods using the Blight. That's more important than his rebellion. It's like kingdoms coming together when an archdemon rises.
Mythal didn't think it was possible. She said the Blight was sealed away. There's an old legend about it. Davrin, the one with Andrul's armor. Not sure it matters.
Wait. Tell us the story.
We're deep in elven lore already. What's the legend say?
Right. Well, Andrul was the goddess of the hunt. She put on armor, magic armor, made us something called the Void, drove her mad.
I remember this one. The other gods were afraid Andrul would turn on them. She was doing all kinds of horrible things, causing plagues. It does sound like the Blight.
It does.
Well, it all ends with Mythal fighting Andrul. After, Mythal turned into a dragon.
She what?
Yeah.
Why didn't you start with that?
Anyway, she took Andrul's armor away. Then Andrul's madness left, and peace returned.
Intriguing. So it's possible Andrul stumbled onto the magic of the Blight.
And when Andrul went mad, Mythal took it from her and locked it away.
Until someone started using it again.
Where did it come from? We need that answer so badly, and I'm hoping we get that soon.
If there's one thing Solus loves, it's telling people they were wrong. And here he's got the perfect opportunity. Oh, Mythal, you thought your fellow gods were so great. If only you were as smart as me.
He got her attention. She definitely seemed angry at the end.
So Mythal goes off to investigate what Solus says. Then, what? It's too clean.
Seems plenty messy with them doing it.
But this isn't just a memory. It's something Solus wanted to hide. What's the crime? What did we see here that he feels guilty about?
I think I might know. When the Inquisitor was saving the world from the breach, she met Mythal.
So you know about
What?
Mythal?
Like in a dream?
No.
It was complicated. She helped the Inquisition. There was a magic pond and...
A pond? A pond? We are not disrespecting the Well of Sorrows like this. We are not disrespecting the Well of Sorrows by calling it a pond. No, there's like a lot I will put up with, but legitimately, we lost so many troops in Inquisition to freaking get to the Well of Sorrows, to get to where we needed to go with that. Unless there's a different pond we're talking about. Like, as far as I know, that like a pond. The Well of Sorrows. Literally. The history of Mythal and Mythal supplicants. Which, also, once again, though, if we're saying that, like, now they're trying to raise themselves up to be gods now, how would she have had temples with so many other people worshiping her and stuff like that? Like, this makes the memory sound like the beginning of godhood, but everything else has made it sound like the fall of the Evanurs was it, like, they'd already been established gods. Like, I feel like we're missing the middle timeline. Like, I feel like somebody condensed the timeline too tight. Like, because here's the other thing, though. Usually when people rise up to godhood in stories, it's okay in the beginning. People want that. People like that. Blah, 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 blah. And then it all goes to shit. And so that's kind of how it's always felt in these stories, but now it just went to shit. Early. Too early. We're missing the middle. A magic pond.
A dragon. Nice. The point is, she also said the other elven gods betrayed her, killed her.
Okay, sorry, point of order. If they killed Mythal, how was she still around to help the Inquisition?
Rook, as a fellow watcher, you know there are ways.
I'm not saying she couldn't help from beyond the grave. I'm just asking how.
Elven god magic? She'd spent centuries gathering strength and sharing people's bodies, I think.
If it was a truly benign possession, that speaks to her character.
So there's the shame Solus wanted to erase. He blames himself for Mythal's murder.
Well, it's not just that she died.
What do you mean, Tosh?
It's... Ugh. There was stuff he wanted to tell her, but he waited too long, and then she was dead. He never got to make it right. That twists you up.
That's it. There's our crime.
Doesn't really tell us anything we can use, though.
We know more than we did. That's something.
Then I guess we keep our eyes open if we come across more of these memories.
Okay. I kind of like the team meetings after these memories. That's good. Okay. I think, was that all of them? Wait, we have another? How many of these things do I have already? Apparently I have another. All right, one more team meeting then. Where? Oh, right here. Is this one gonna make me angry too? Gosh, so bright.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power.
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade.
To contain the Blight.
I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elganon and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the Veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the Veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
Me? No, I'm not alarmed. I am not. It's not just us panicking. Like, okay. Hold on. Team meeting. So, Solus, apparently something went wrong when the Blight, like, when this got up. But so this whole thing was to hide, or was to lock away the Blight. So we separated the Fade from the waking world with a veil to hold the Blight. So why can the Blight only be held back that way? Huh. And you know what the most interesting part about this plot line is? If Solus had just led with that with the Inquisitor way back in the day, if Solus had just said the freaking truth, right? Hey, I put up the veil a gazillion years ago because I was stopping the Blight from murdering everyone. Like, a lot of things would have gotten done, and maybe Solus would have had help in what Solus was trying to do, which was tear it down. But, like, it's the magic that got locked away, right? Because Solus tells us at the end of Trespasser that we are, like, tranquil to him. Everybody, whether or not you have magic, you are, like, tranquil to him. So, if we take that as still being the lore that it was back in the day, then that's what he's upset about right now in this memory. It's not that he put up the veil and he locked everybody else away. It's legitimately that magic got taken away. That's the one thing that he didn't anticipate, couldn't control, something like that. So what if the ritual did that? Did Gillenane and Elganon take it as they were being locked up? And why are we only hearing from those 2 gods and not anybody else? I don't know, but it's definitely not just us panicking.
Honestly, I'm a little relieved. I've been feeling out of my depth trying to stop ancient gods. But Solus was flailing just as much as we are.
I had another question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but...
No, ask.
Solus trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
She put the pieces together, everyone catch up.
The Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Yes.
Did we?
Yes. Lessons. Confirm continued belief in the Maker. Speak as someone who does not believe in the Maker. Don't let this shake you. That's not our problem. Put aside questions of the Maker. Don't give a personal view. I'm sorry, this hurts. Don't let this shake you.
The Maker was never my faith, Lace, but I don't think you have to give it up.
But what they taught us was just wrong. What if the Maker just doesn't exist?
The chant of light might be wrong, but it's been made and changed by people over 1,000 years.
There was a whole verse about an elf named Shartan, and the chantry just cut it out.
So maybe the Golden City was meant as a metaphor, or maybe it was added because of politics. That might change the history, but it doesn't have to change your whole faith.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The elven gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
I thought Lace was gonna put the rest of it together. I'm so sad. She was so close. She was so close to putting the rest of it together. Girl, you were there. Okay, what really should have been addressed was Golden City. Solus? What if Solus made the Golden City? Or somebody else like Solus and then popped all the bad Evaners into the Golden City? And does that make Solus the Maker and Mythal... Well, or Mythal the Maker, not Mythal, but Solus the Maker. So if so, who is the Maker's bride? I joked about the fact that earlier, I don't know if it actually made into the, like, because I've, like, don't know what I've said. But I don't know if I did it in the Let's Play or just, like, out loud to Metro. But, like, was Solus actually the Maker in all this? Was Andraste getting visions from somebody... one of the ancient gods stuck? Oh my god, what if that is the case? What if Andraste was freaking getting, like telepathic messages from some of them? You know, kind of thing? Oh god. Wait, I have another? Oh lord, we have another. How many of these things have I picked up? Have I picked up all of them? Apparently there are 2 chests that I haven't discovered yet. But I just need that to go away. That's something. So that's where we find ourselves now, is this, right? Well, things are making more and more sense in some ways, and then in other ways maybe less, but overall, I am happy that things are starting to make a little bit more sense as far as like Solus's character and like what he did. I still think it's weird that we're only hearing from Elginarn and Gillenane. There are others. There were 100% others. The rest of them. Why aren't we hearing from them? Where's Andrul? Where's Valandine? Why are they not making any comments in these memories? Why is it only painting those 2 in the light that it is? Like, I get it, Gillenane and Elginarn are the baddies in this game, but at the same time, it would have been nice to have context from the others and to see how they were feeling too.